All right. Are we live?
Why can't
I think we're live.
Hey, we're live.
Yay.
Hello.
everyone.
Hi. How is everyone? Please type in where you're tuning in from. We'd love to know where you're tuning in from. Welcome to our live.
Woohoo.
My name is Gabi
And I'm Linda.
from Brain Education TV.
Yay.
Yay.
In case you got lost in YouTube cyberspace and you somehow ended up here and you have no idea where you're at.
Yes, so please chat if where you're tuning in from. And this live is meant to be interactive for us to go back and forth. So please use the chat box as much as you can to drop your 2 cents about what we're discussing and what we're talking about, whether you agree, disagree, or dislike what we're talking about. We'd love to hear what you have to say so we can enrich the conversation and talk together. So yes, we're so excited to be here today.
I see Dexler from South Africa. Wow. What time is it in South Africa right now? Yeah, everyone else, please let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to see where you're tuning in from. All right, so as you guys type, I want to let you guys know about a special feature on our live streams called Super Chats. If you're familiar with our live streams, you already know this process, or if you've been to other YouTubers who stream live, you probably know about their process too, but it's basically your way to show us some love by donating a small amount to help fund our channel so that we can keep creating videos that are useful to you and useful to other people to take care of their mental health. Your donations will help us reach more people who are in need of content that we provide on our channel. So just a little incentive for you guys to donate today. We have some tiers that you can donate in. If you donate $25 today, Gabby and I will set up a separate 15-minute one-on-one session with you. So this is a great way if you have something on your mind, like you have a question or you need some guidance on something, to connect with us a little bit by helping us with our channel. If you donate $50 US dollars or more, you get a cool BETV t-shirt, which I'm wearing here, or we have another one. You can choose whichever one you'd like. We have this one that says love myself, heal myself. You also get a sticker. We have this one, or this one. And then you also get a 15-minute one-on-one session with us. So it's a little bit more stuff with the $50 option. But if you donate $100, you get a t-shirt, sticker, and a 45-minute session with us on anything that is on your mind. So let me put this in the chat so you guys can reference here.
Yes, and I see, wow, people are tuning in from all over. There's Las Vegas, Sierra. Hello, Las Vegas. There's
Hello.
Southeast Florida and UK and Trinidad and South Korea, like all over. That's so exciting.
Welcome.
Welcome. So our live today is going to be about self-healing, like it says in the title. So what are some ways you like to practice self-care and self-healing yourself? What does self-healing mean to you? Everyone has their own method, their own ways of things that work with them, and we're curious to know what works for you. For example, some people really like talking about their feelings and talking to somebody, talking it out. Some people bottle it up and find self-healing in other ways. Some people go on shopping sprees or go to the spa or go on vacation. There are many ways that people like to practice self-healing when they're going through something stressful and difficult. For me personally, my forms of self-healing include meditations. I really like meditating, and I usually try to do daily training. So I don't, sometimes it's hard to do every single day, but just a little bit, either before I go to sleep or when I wake up, a little bit to calm myself from when I'm really stressed out. So I even guide them. I do like body scan meditations, or sometimes when I eat, I don't do this that often, but mindful eating meditations, where you eat and you chew each bite a certain number of times, and it's like this whole process, but I like doing that as well. It's very calming and relaxing when I'm stressed out. So those are my forms of self-healing. And I like to go on vacations too and sit on a beach and, relax. Yes.
Yeah, so those of you who are joining now, please let us know in the chat how you like to heal, your personal way of healing. We'd like to hear. And I see some more people who are typing in where they're tuning in from. Georgia, India, Ireland, Mauritius. Wow. Far away. Welcome everybody. Yeah, so please type in the chat how you personally like to self-heal. What are some of the ways that work the best for you? So as you guys type that, we'll continue on in this conversation. So Gabby shared about her favorite ways to heal herself during difficult times. So for me, I think it really depends on what kind of healing that I'm looking for. Because the way that I would heal through something maybe emotional, like a heartbreak, would probably be different from the way that I would approach healing from a physical standpoint. So if I had something physically hurting in my body, the way I would heal that is probably different from how I would heal a heartache, or maybe how I would heal a sickness in something spiritual or mental for me. So you might be wondering, what is a spiritual or mental sickness if I don't have any kind of mental disease? Well, if you have some like negative self-beliefs, or you have some negative perceptions about the world, just ideas or thoughts that kind of eat at your mind, that is not necessarily healthy for you, even though you're not, I guess, diagnosed with a mental disorder, those negative thoughts can really wreak havoc on mental health. So we see that as something that could be a sickness of the brain that affects your spirituality. So depending on physical, spiritual, or emotional, whatever needs healing, I would probably approach it in a different way.
Right. So I think that the first step to practicing self-healing is to know what it is that you need exactly. In other words, it's being able to reflect and see yourself so that you can accurately diagnose the problem you're facing, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. Because many people already know a lot of information, a lot of modalities and options that they have to heal in many ways. So some of the things we kind of listed above, like some people like to talk, some people shop, some people go on vacation, some go to the doctor, some try all like meditations, all these different kinds of things to feel better. But have you ever experienced trying all these things and yet you still don't really feel better?
Yes.
Yes, right. I mean, that's kind of like a common thing across many people. That kind of feeling would probably arise when you try to solve the problem that you have, because you can feel something is not right. However, you're not quite sure exactly what you need, and that would make yourself feel better in the situation. So you try a bunch of different things, and most of the time it's not working. For example, if you're sick at a doctor and you try to go there and you try to accurately diagnose your health issue, and you try to look for the best medicine and get an accurate diagnosis, but when the diagnosis is not accurate, for example, if you go to a doctor and they misdiagnose you, you get the wrong medicine, how would you feel? It would definitely not feel healed, possibly even worse than when you started.
Yeah, so Gabby touched on a really important point, is if you don't feel well, having the right diagnosis is key to healing that. And if I know a lot of my friends who've been to doctors and they've been misdiagnosed, and because they were misdiagnosed, they were given the wrong medicine, and so they ended up feeling worse than when they first started. So this is not to say like don't trust your doctor. That's not what I'm saying at all, but I'm just saying the importance of the first step of self-healing is diagnosing yourself accurately. So I want to read some of the comments you have here. I'm so happy to see the comments pop up. So Rebecca, my new favorite self-care is the BTV videos on Water Up, Fire Down. Yay! Thank you so much for tuning in. I think Gabby made a Water Up, Fire Down video.
Well, and you did the ones from the book, remember? Like
oh, right. Hypnosister, self-compassion. Emma from LA. Emma's a good friend of ours. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Reading good books, practicing yoga, and eating pizza. That sounds great.
That sounds great.
Maybe eating pizza while doing yoga. Okay, so the point is, so please keep typing in the chat anything that you want to add to the conversation. So the point is that whether it's healing or any kind of problem in your life that needs a solution, you need to accurately diagnose the problem. So again, you need to accurately diagnose the problem. And then from there, know what it is that you need clearly. So 2 parts, accurate diagnosis of the problem, and then knowing exactly what you need for this problem. So the right medicine for the right disease. So does that make sense? Yeah. So would you type in the chat what you think about this discussion so far? Having the right diagnosis with the right medicine. So as you guys type, we also want to ask, are you somebody, so this is another food for thought to think about in the chat. Are you somebody who knows very well what you want? Or are you somebody who has no idea what you want or what you need? So it's hard for you to take care of yourself. Would you type in the chat where you fall in?
Yeah, that's definitely a big question.
Mm-hmm. Pizza. Yoonji, oh, hello Yoonji. Yoonji, you know my Korean name is Yoonjin.
And Curiosa says, what book are you referring to? I think we're talking about Water Up, Fire Down by Ilchi Lee. I can send a link in the chat.
Fever, Tylenol. Yes, exactly. Something like this. You have a problem, you have a solution. So are you somebody who knows exactly what's going on, how to diagnose yourself, and then give yourself the right kind of medicine to heal whatever you're going through, whether it's a physical thing, an emotional thing, a mental thing, or a spiritual thing? Okay, so as you guys keep typing, I'm going to keep going with this live. So for the discussion of our topic, we want you to tap into yourself and find the answer to what it is that you are truly looking for. Because I would say that most of us like to think we know ourselves, but we actually don't. Because the we that we know ourselves as is just the outer conscious level. The outer conscious level of the brain is just 1% of everything that is going on within your mind. So most of the things that are going on with your mind, so things like maybe an emotional issue or a mental issue or some kind of like thing that's causing physical disease, is in the 99 unconscious place where we're not tapping into. So if we don't know ourselves, that's okay, because most of us don't know ourselves because we're not enlightened yet. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible for you to practice good self-care or self-healing, even though most of us are not enlightened. Because even without being enlightened, we can still communicate with ourselves inside and see what it is that you need. because I'm sure you've heard this idea that all the answers lie within you. And when you try to tap into this area of like, okay, all the answers are within me, that sounds great. Where do I access those answers within me? When you try to do it from your conscious mind, you're not going to find what you're looking for because you're still in your thoughts. Everything that you're looking for is beyond your thoughts, beyond your emotions. So you may be somebody who's tried to find the answers within you, but you haven't been able to do so. But that's okay. We're going to have an experience today. So like meditation, breathing, or other mind-body practices, the purpose of these things is to help you go inside of yourself so that whatever it is that you have questions about, whether it's about self-healing, your purpose, your journey, anything, any solution, you can find within. Because these things like, again, meditation, breathing, other mind-body practices, the goals of these things is to help you connect with yourself inside.
Right. And I'm going to read some of the comments. So Spirit says, I love your videos. Your videos help me with my self-care. I prefer alternative medication to traditional Western medication. Thank you. Thank you. That's our goal. And then Rebecca says, I'm learning that my physical issues are often tied to emotional issues. And that is 100% correct. If you're stressed, if you're sad, all your body can shut down and you feel it physically. And actually every single organ is connected to an emotion. So if you're like super sad or angry, every organ has that emotion. So which we could talk about in another live or something, or we have some videos about this on our channel, but if you clear that emotion from that organ and heal that organ, you can also heal emotionally as well. And
Yunji says, depression, you heal with big laugh and friends. That's true.
yes. And Spirit says, I'm seeking optimal health to learn to eat well and exercise. And I know it all starts from the brain and what I put into my brain. Yes, 100%. Treshma says, I know what I want, yet coping with work and family life sometimes influences what I choose to do.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
so
totally understand on that one. Definitely. Right. Your family's supposed to be some of the closest people to you, and yet they can become one of your biggest obstacles.
Right. Right. Yeah, your environment, usually people's environments can like hold them back from what the answer is, but it's something you have to overcome and learn and get through. Like you were put in a certain environment for a reason.
Mm-hmm. So Stephanie, I see your question about the take on vitamin deficiency and mood. We'll talk about that at the end of our live after we discuss some of the more self-healing topics here. But we'll be sure to discuss that question at the end. So stick around.
Yes. So going off of what Linda said, the goal to self-healing is to help you connect to yourself. So why do you think connecting with yourself is the end goal? Connecting with yourself is a means to a goal, which is finding the answers that you're looking for from within. And to find the answer to self-healing, whatever you're going through right now or at any moment in your life, you are the only person who knows exactly what it is that you need. No one else can diagnose you correctly in terms of self-healing. Even though in your conscious thinking mind, you may feel like you have no idea what you need, that's only because you haven't tapped into the deeper parts of you where the answer is. So please don't get stuck in your thoughts that say, I don't know what I need, because you are the only person who knows exactly what you went through, exactly what you felt, exactly what you thought, and exactly what you experienced. You're the person that can prescribe the perfect medicine for you that will heal you. And if you want to find the answer to this question of self-healing, you need to ask yourself, what is it that you need? As honestly and as straightforward as that, just asking yourself beyond your thoughts, emotions, past your head, but deep into your heart. So we're moving from thinking up here to thinking here in your heart. What emotion is bothering me right now? What thing is bothering me right now? Have you tried asking your heart the answers to these questions? Again, we're not talking about just the head level, but going into the deepest, most honest, most vulnerable, most sincere place in your existence, asking your soul, asking yourself desperately for the answers to the questions that you have.
Have you ever had a situation where you wanted somebody to tell you something and they just wouldn't open up? So think about this. If it's a little hard to understand, like the soul concept that's inside of you, try to think of it as somebody outside of you. Let's say that you had a best friend and you really want your best friend to tell you a secret because you can feel like they have something to say, but you're not sure and you really want them to tell you a secret. If someone is not open to telling you a secret, how do you get them to open up? You have to talk to them in a certain way. If somebody is closed off with you and you tell them, come on, tell me your secret, tell me now, like that. Are they going to freak out more and shut down? Or are they going to really open up and tell you? They're probably going to freak out and shut down if you talk to them in that kind of tone and attitude. But if that person can really feel your sincerity, your care for them, your love for them. So like this. Hey, I really would appreciate if you could share with me what's going on in your mind because I really care about you and I really want to help you. So if you talk in that way, that person's going to open up a little bit more, right? Maybe not open up completely, but it's going to help them open up a little bit more. So the point is, it's not what you say and it's not the fact that you're asking, but it's how you're asking the question. What kind of energy you are putting out when you ask the question. So this is very important when you practice meditation, when you try to connect with yourself, when you try to find the answer inside. A lot of us get really eager and a lot of us get really kind of, oh, I really want to find the answer, that you ask in a very aggressive way. Like, come on, like you want to squeeze the answer from within you. Tell me now, that kind of way. But if you do that, your heart's going to shut down too. So we're going to practice a little bit today so you get a sense of what we're talking about here, but it's really asking from a loving, calm, sincere place that you really want to find this answer. In Taoist practice, they say that heaven will speak to you when it is moved by you. How can heaven be moved by you? Heaven can be moved by the sincere energy that you put out. You can lie to people, but you can't lie to heaven. You can fake towards people, but you can't fake towards heaven. So heaven doesn't really care about the exact words or the fact that you're talking or trying to communicate. Heaven cares about how you communicate, what your mindset is. And when your mindset is so deep, so sincere, so honest, so vulnerable, so yearning, so seeking, so humble, heaven will be moved by that mindset within you, and it will speak to you because it resonates with that mindset. Because heaven is sincere, heaven is yearning, heaven is very vulnerable, heaven is honest. So that kind of honest sincerity meets with your honest sincerity, and those two resonate. So in other words, your actions, your thoughts, your behaviors, the energy that you put out, again, when you ask this question, when you ask yourself, when that energy is sincere, then heaven will speak to you and you will find the answer that you are looking for in the heaven within you.
Yes, and I wanted to mention that the voice that you hear, so when you ask yourself the question, most people may be like, oh, I'm gonna hear like a huge voice from God and or from heaven, and there's gonna be like a thunder and lightning, like you see in the movies with like a bolt. But what happens is usually a very small, quiet voice that comes from inside. So oftentimes you may wonder, is this that voice that I was looking for? This voice that I was really asking in my heart for. And but even though it's quiet, when you keep asking, and after you found it, you might wonder, is this right? Is what I'm feeling right? Some wave of calm can still come over your heart. And actually just finding that voice and connecting with that voice in the first place is a very healing experience in itself. That small voice. So does this make sense so far, what we've explained? Like all the things we talked about. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know in the chat.
Francis, I suffer from nighttime anxiety and insomnia. Any advice to take back your brain? I think I'm having trouble letting go of emotions trapped in my subconscious. Francis, yes, when you have these kinds of thoughts that are stuck within you, you can't think your way out of your thoughts. You have to move your body, and we recommend shaking. Shake, 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 shake your head, shake your body. We have some videos on our 10-minute routines about brainwave vibration, body tapping, shaking. These things, as you shake and move your body, breathing out and imagining all the heavy energy leaving your body. You have to keep practicing this way, like you're washing dirty clothes. Imagine all the negative thoughts stuck in your brain, like dirty laundry. Maybe it takes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 washes to get those clothes clean. But the point is, you can't wash dirty clothes with dirt. You have to wash dirty clothes with clean water and keep washing, keep washing. Receiving energy is like the clean water to keep washing away those thoughts. So you, my friend, need to really practice energy work. Yes. You need to practice energy work. If you're interested in learning more, then please email us. And we can connect one-on-one if you want some one-on-one help. Okay, United World, since a few days, I'm feeling this heaviness in my heart region. I can feel your peaceful soul energy. You two are doing a great job. Thank you so much. What do you think about earthing, inflammation, and balancing our bodies and mind? Purification. Okay, I will answer all of these questions at the end of the live. Yeah. All right, so to continue with self-healing, now we talked about connecting with a very sincere place in your heart and then putting out this raw energy from your soul that will move heaven. And then finding the answers from within you from that space. So let's experience a very short meditation to help you get a glimpse or help you get some kind of sense what connecting deeply inside of myself might feel like. Okay. All right. So wherever you guys are at, please sit at the edge of your seat. So please don't lean back on your chair like this. Sit at the edge of your seat with your feet flat on the floor. Straighten your spine. Tuck your chin slightly in towards you, meaning don't sit like this, chin down. Touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. So right behind your teeth, where the roof of your mouth starts, lightly touch the tip of your tongue there. Rest your hands, both palms down on your knees. And now bring your right hand to your heart. Left hand stays down, right hand to your heart. With your hand on your heart, breathe naturally and feel your breath in and out. Feel your breath coming in and out of your body like a swinging door. When you breathe in, the door opens inside. When you breathe out, the door opens outside. You don't need to try to control your breathing. Just feel your breath under your hands. Feel your breath in your body, up and down. Bring your mind to your breath. As your mind comes connected to your breath, you might notice your breath slowing down. You don't need to try to force it to slow down. If it slows down, just slow down with it naturally. As your brain starts to relax, it's natural for your breath to slow down. Now, if you haven't done so already, if your breath isn't slowing down naturally, you can try to consciously slow it down by taking a bigger inhale in, extending it as far down to your lower belly as possible. And then breathing out slowly, like a thin wisp of air coming out through your mouth. Take a few breaths this way, slow inhale and slow exhale to slow down your brain waves inside of your mind. Now you can feel your mind and body connecting a little bit more than before. Just as your breath sinks into your lower belly, let your mind drop like an elevator from your head down to your chest, into your belly. Imagine your brain sinking down from your head to your chest, to your belly. And now think of something in your life that is causing you suffering. It could be a relationship that is struggling. It could be a physical health issue that you have. It can be some negative information or beliefs you have in your brain. Anything is okay. Think of something in your life that is causing you suffering. If you have that thing in your mind, please nod your head so that your brain can affirm. And now from there, bring your left hand to your heart as well, on top of your right hand. And now connect to your heart space. Feel the warmth of your palms coming into your heart. And the steady beating of your heart going back to your palms. And in return, the palms giving your heart heat. The warmth from your palms go to your heart. The beat of your heart goes to your palms. A line of energy is connecting your palms and your heart together. As you keep in your mind the thing that is causing you suffering that you need to heal from, now with a deep, sincere voice from your heart, ask your heart, what do I want? What do I want? Ask your heart from your heart's voice, not from your head's voice, from your heart's voice, from the deepest, most raw, vulnerable, honest, sincere place that you can muster from deep within you. Let your voice come from that place. What do I want? My heart, what do I want? What do I want from this situation that is causing me great suffering? What do I want? Please ask your heart, what do I want? What do I want from this situation that is causing me great suffering? What do I want? For 1 minute, please sincerely ask your heart, what do I want? Over and over again. Each time you ask the question, your energy going down deeper and deeper and deeper. What do I want? 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 My heart, please tell me, what do I want? 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 Not what everyone else tells me I should want. What do I want? What do I want from this situation? Great, now stop. Bring your mind back to your breathing. Become aware of your breathing once again, like a swinging door of your mind going in and out. Feel your breath coming into your body and out of your body. Your breath coming into your body and out of your body. With your palms, rub your heart space 3 times clockwise, sending warm heat to your heart once again. And open your eyes and sweep down. How do you guys feel? Would you type in the chat, how do you feel? What did you feel? If you're very sensitive to energy, you might have connected to some small stillness within you. If not, maybe you feel relaxed, maybe you feel calmer, maybe you feel quieter. Would you type in the chat whatever you feel? This kind of calm, peaceful, centered state is the optimal state to ask the questions that you are seeking. Because when your mind is cluttered and you're in this kind of state and you're asking the questions, you're not going to find the answers from deep within. So as you guys type your experience in the chat, I want to share with you my story. So maybe if you hear kind of a reference to someone else's story, you can also kind of get a sense, that's what I should be looking for. That's what I should be feeling. Okay, so my story is when I practiced this meditation for the first time. Me, by nature, maybe you might think, oh, Linda must be just born into spirituality and born into this and blah, blah, blah. But actually, by nature, I'm a very logical person, a very reason-based person. I'm a very left-brain thinker. So in other words, I'm not somebody who was interested in spirituality and meditation from the start. So if you're not someone who's interested from the start, there's hope for you too. So I've shared this story on some of my videos before on our channel, but growing up, to make a long story short, I didn't have the best relationship with my parents because I wanted them to be something that they just weren't. You know, you compare your parents to your friends' parents and you say, oh, why can't my dad be like Stacy's dad? Or why can't my mom be like Jessica's mom? Like, you know, things like this. So there was, and my parents are immigrants too, so there's a lot of stress and tension and fighting and yelling around the house. And I'm the firstborn child, so I also overburdened myself with academic pressure to be a model child for my brothers. So there's a lot of, needless to say, a lot of stress, a lot of tension. So all of that combined together built years and years and years and years, created a lot of anger inside of me that I wasn't resolving and I didn't want to look at. And also to fuel the fire more, the kind of culture and vibe around my house was we were very discouraged from crying. We were actually not allowed to cry because crying was a sign of weakness. Crying wasn't accepted in my house because they said crying doesn't resolve anything. And I think sometimes when my parents would cry, because they wanted us to become strong, when I would cry, they would actually punish me, kind of to teach me that crying is not good. Crying is not something that you should be doing. So because of the household tension, because of this culture of no crying, because of culture of no expression, I just stuffed in everything that I was feeling. So I was so angry, so resentful, so frustrated, and I wasn't expressing it. So when I think back during those times, I knew I wasn't happy. Maybe you guys can resonate too. I knew I wasn't happy and I knew that I needed help and I knew that I had to change something. But the problem is I didn't know what I needed to do. I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know what I wanted. I wanted to be happy, but what society has taught me about being happy was you need to party more, you need to have more friends, you need to do more things, you need to have more money, you need to have a better boyfriend or something, like all these external things society teaches us to be happy. But I was in a pretty bad state. And I tried all these things that society has told me would make me happier, but actually I felt emptier and emptier as time went on. So needless to say, I was in a really bad state. And in that really bad state, I found a body and brain center and I practiced brain education for the first time. And I practiced this same meditation that I'm doing with you for the first time. When I first meditated, again, because I'm a logical, reason-based person, I didn't really expect to hear anything because I felt like I've tried to ask myself the answers to my questions before, but I wasn't hearing anything. I didn't get any results. So I felt like maybe just I'll never have that experience of listening to that voice inside that everybody is talking about. But one day, I felt like I really couldn't live like this anymore. So I was very desperate. And I kind of went into this meditation of, I will do anything to find the answer because I'm suffering so much. I'm suffering emotionally. And because of the emotional problems I had, physical issues, I think someone in the chat mentioned physical issues are linked to emotional stress. That is 100% true. And I resonate with that. So I said, I'm willing to stake my life to find the answers to this question. That kind of desperation I had, that kind of earnestness I had when I asked this question. So I also thought that when I asked myself and found the answer inside, some thunder voice from heaven will come and resolve all the resolve all of my questions, like this is your answer and this is what you need to do and this is the solution. You think that the voice is going to be like that, but actually I remember so clearly I asked myself, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And you know what came to me? In that moment, a very tiny voice said, I want to just cry. It's not anything profound. It's not an enlightening message, but something inside of me just said, I want to cry. And it felt so simple that I asked myself, are you sure? Is that what you want right now? Is that really it? But when I felt that answer and I kind of went deeper into that answer, something hit. And it said, yes, I want to cry. So I started crying a little bit. And then when I clicked with that answer, floodgates went loose. And I started wailing and crying and making sounds that I didn't know could come out of me crying. So it's as simple as this. When you really ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want? From a deep, earnest place, that answer is within you. And chances are that that answer is not some thunderous voice of God giving you clarity. It's a still, small voice that is whispering to you, always there, ready to help if you just tune your ear the right direction. But most of us, we tune our ears outside and ask other people for help. We don't tune in this way to ask ourselves for help. So this short live is probably not enough for you to focus deeply on yourself and ask from that sincere place. So I encourage you to, if you have some time, do this in your own time. Do this in your own space. Do this in your own kind of safe environment, and really ask from the deepest place in your heart that you've never been before, beyond where you've been, what do I want? In other words, what do you need for yourself in this moment to heal yourself based on your environment, your circumstance, and your experience in life so far? And who knows, maybe you'll find it. Maybe it'll take some time, but I guarantee that if you try, you will find something. And whatever you find might probably propel you to the next step. Whether you're a beginner who is starting their spiritual journey, or somebody who is advanced in their spiritual journey, wherever you are, when you click and find this answer from within, it will bring you to the next level. And that will really start the journey of self-healing, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual.
Yes, that was such a beautiful way of saying it. Such a beautiful story you shared. You really have a gift of like sharing and taking somebody into that space with you. Like, I feel like I experienced what you went through, even though we had completely different childhoods growing up, I feel like I was there. So thank you for, sharing in that way. I think people have been commenting it's very healing this way, like listening to your story. And for other comments after the meditation, people have been saying it felt so good, that it was very amazing and very refreshing, that it was very powerful and loving, and they can feel the warmth in their heart and the desire to be free from the burden of their issues. Someone else said they feel more at ease and more connected and feel more calm and peaceful. And for me personally, I felt so connected. It really brought me here. I was a little scattered a little bit this morning, and it just like made me come here, get into myself, and I feel so calm and so relaxed, and just I even felt like heat in my body. I'm very sensitive to energy, so I felt like a whole circulation happened. So I'm very grateful for that meditation. And so the world needs so much healing right now more than ever. Things are happening in 2022 that are very unimaginable. And that's something so catastrophic, like even what's happening in Ukraine right now. And maybe we can't change the world right now. But what I do know is if you self-heal yourself and you become happy, then you could create all the ones around you to be happy, and then they can go through the process of healing themselves, then they can have all the people around them be happy. And so it moves on like a domino effect. And so then all the collection of all our happy energy together, the energy that we experienced today during this meditation, during the live, we all, I hope in some way at least feel a bit calmer, more relaxed, more connected, more happy. So if we just did this every day, we can pass it on to people we know, they pass it on to people they know. And then that could shift the vibration and frequency that is existing on Earth, especially in such hard times right now. So in that sense, we can help the world heal. And all we're trying to say is it all starts with yourself. So if you heal yourself, it moves on to the next people and the next. And you can encourage those around you to heal and create a bigger collection of happy, healthy people. And that is the spirit of brain education. That is what we teach. And that is the spirit of our founder, Ilchi Lee.
Yeah, so it starts with your self-healing.
Mhm.
And it sounds so cliche, and I hate cliches. I hate cheesy things that say, oh, you can change the world, and nah, 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 nah. But it really is true. It starts with one person. You don't need to try to think big. If you want to do something good for the world, don't try to think about helping the world.
Yeah, it gets too intimidating.
Yes.
Because even for us, we want to do so many things. We want to help the world, but we had to start with ourselves. And then, we grew in our channel and all the people, our subscribers, and the things we do day to day. But for me, it was so daunting. We have a vision together to save people and help people. And if it's too big, it's going to be too much.
Yes. So your self-healing, with that wisdom that you experience from your own journey of self-healing, you can share that with the people around you, and then those people can share it with the people around them, and then they can share it with those people around them, and then it grows into an exponential effect, so that with just one change within you, you participate in creating a bigger group of happier, healthy individuals. And the belief is that happier, healthy individuals create a happy, healthy society. Sick individuals create a sick society, because you can only create what you are. So if you are sick, no matter how much you try, you only create sickness, because that's the energy you're carrying. But if you are healthy, if you are happy, that energy that you are carrying is what you create. So we on this channel, and along with our founder Ilchi Lee, and this movement and this community that we have, this brain education community that we have, is to create more people who are carrying healthy, happy energy, so that that energy can create the same of that energy, and then create a domino exponential effect.
Yes, so I'm going to read some of the comments. So Barb says, will we be able to watch this again? Yes, this will be available on our channel, archived. So just click on the same link and you can rewatch it anytime. And also, thank you for sharing your story. The meditation was so helpful. Thank you for the work you're doing. Appreciate
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you. And also, why don't Gabby share her story too? It will be great. Was a great experience listening to Linda's story. Yes, I will. Another time. I need to put my story together, need to put, my experiences together like Linda has. So
Mohammed, you'll have to come back to hear her story.
yes, and I'm still going through my own self-healing process every day. So just like everybody. So I have to still go through it. I'm still experiencing it.
Yeah, so thank you all so much, everybody, for joining. Rebecca, Holly Sierra, Spirit 798, Treshma from Mauritius. That's crazy. We have someone joining from Mauritius. Mohammed, Barb, United World, Yunji, Mandy, Emma, Francis, Stephanie, Oh yeah, I told you guys I would answer your questions. Curioso. Okay, so before we close this live, let me quickly answer some of the questions that you guys had. So Stephanie asked, what's your take on vitamin deficiency and mood? Definitely vitamin deficiency affects mood because your mood is determined a lot in part by the chemicals that are happening in your body. So your hormones, your different balance of different chemicals that are inside affect your mood. And I know me too, when I can feel that I have some kind of imbalance, like a hormonal imbalance, it affects my mood too. So because vitamins affect the chemicals inside of your body, if you are low in certain vitamins, it definitely affects your mood because it changes the chemicals that are inside. So I would say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert on this, but from my guess, my hypothesis, and from my own experience is that whatever changes the chemicals, vitamins included, inside of your body affects your mood because your mood is affected by the chemicals that you are producing inside. Okay, so hope that answers your question.
Yes.
All
so what do you guys think about the topic of self-healing that we discussed today? We would love to hear your thoughts. Is there anything you'd like for us to elaborate on from what we shared? Or are you inspired now to practice self-healing differently? Or maybe you were practicing it in a similar way, but we'd love to hear your biggest takeaway from our live today.
Yeah, I'm curious what your great takeaway is today. So as you guys type, I want to mention our super chat one more time. If you enjoyed today's live content, if you regularly enjoy BETV videos, if you are new to our channel and you really like today's live, wherever you fall on the spectrum, whether you're new or you're an avid follower of Brain Education TV, we want to ask that you consider donating in the super chat. That's the rectangular button with the currency symbol underneath that line where you are typing to send us your messages, to incentivize you guys a little bit to help support our channel and the content that we create. If you donate $25, we will do a 15-minute one-on-one session with you. If you donate $50, we'll give you a cool BETV t-shirt, stickers, and a 15-minute session. And if you donate over $100, we'll give you a t-shirt. If you didn't catch in the beginning, we showed you this. We have two versions. We have Take Back Your Brain, and then we have Love Myself, Heal Myself, which is the perfect swag for today's live topic, a sticker, and a 45-minute session with us on anything that you would like, anything that is on your mind that is specific to your healing journey. So this is more of a general kind of talk that we had today. If you want something more specific towards your own journey, I highly recommend donating to the super chat so that you can take advantage of that option. I will again it's pinned to the top of the chat, but I will put the specifics in the chat one more time.
Yes, and any amount of donation is very, very, very appreciated. These are just the tiers of things we're offering as well, but any amount helps us so much, and we appreciate it so much.
All right, so let's see. Gujarat Bioorganics. Thank you for a nice session. Thank you for joining. United World, is inner voice same as what we call consciousness? Yes. Inner voice, consciousness, soul, all of that, same idea. That same inner wisdom that we have that's beyond our thinking, beyond our emotions, that cloud that voice during our day-to-day. Yes. All right, so before we go and close our live today, just a heads up for what's coming up. If you are interested, we have something very exciting to share with you. We have a course, an online course that's coming up for people who want to know more about self-healing modalities based on brain education. As you guys guessed from the 10-minute routines, brain education is a very unique way of healing the body, unique way of approaching self-healing. So if you're wanting to learn more about brain education-based techniques, we are going to create a course for people who want to know more in depth about the techniques about self-care and self-healing. that this course is going to teach you. Because on the YouTube channel, we can share with you some surface level things, but 10 minutes is not enough for me to teach you the in-depth principles, how it applies to your body, how you can exercise it, what to focus on when you do the exercises, how to share it to other people, how to practice this in your daily life. All these things we're going to talk about in the course. So if you're interested, please email us at braineducationtv@gmail.com, and we'll put you on a list to be notified right away when we release that course. So that course is probably going to come within the next few months or so. So keep an eye out in your inboxes, in the comments, and also so if you subscribe to our channel, you'll be in the know about the information.
Yes, and then we got some more questions. So Gujarat asks, I'm watching your 10-minute routines for at least 1 hour a day. Thank you so much. But he asks, I'm curious to know, is there a specific time? So some of them you could do, there isn't a specific time, but some of them we have labeled as like good for the morning, like start your day routine, or unwind at night routine. But in terms of, when you practice it, I think you can do them like maybe meditation's better before you go to sleep, and then more active, like the body tapping, the more like active ones would be good when you wake up to energize your body. And then Sasha asks, where can I find out more about belly button healing? So we can link probably the belly button healing site for more information. And we have some routines on belly button healing and some blogs. So we should probably link the site in the chat.
We have some blogs on a site called Change Your Energy that I think has better information about belly button healing, like the most updated stuff.
Okay, we can.
So I'll link it.
Okay, perfect. And Mohammed says, thank you for spending your valuable time for us, Earth citizens. Thank you for coming and watching. And so yes, just to wrap up, please make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and click the bell for notifications. You'll get email notifications when a live comes up and when we release a new video. And then also our social media. So we have Facebook and Instagram. So follow us there. And then for weekly updates, we send a newsletter each Sunday. So we have a newsletter of the newest content, videos, news, upcoming things. So if you go to braineducationtv.com, you can sign up for the newsletter there and receive it every Sunday. So if there's anything else, please let us know, but it is time to wrap up.
Yes. Thank you everyone so much for coming to our live. And I hope that you guys continue coming to our future lives too, where we will share from our experience, the knowledge about brain education and things to help more people create healthier, happier, more peaceful energy in your lives so that we can create change in the world one person at a time.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.